Okay, let's go.
The mayor has real concerns about DEI, wants to focus on that, made a lot of decisions to divert funding from the fire management to DEI concerns, from what we've been told, and was invited to go to Ghana, West Africa, which is a great country, wonderful, wonderful for her to get that opportunity. But she did go, and at first I thought, well, you know what, you can't blame her. She got an opportunity, she went, and then as she's away, what I only held her for was not coming back sooner, because I'm thinking, if I'm overseas, I'm the mayor of a city, and it's on fire, I'm getting the first flight out. Okay, I'm getting out. But what we find now is that she already had signs that something was happening and still left.
That part.
What? She left town as her city was getting on fire. I'm sorry, you don't do that. You don't do that. You postpone what's an optional trip, taxpayer paid, by the way, and you take care of business. You don't, you don't take off and do your, do whatever photo ops, whatever you're doing, when you know that you're in charge. You're supposed to take care of business.
No, it just feels like you're on a world tour, which is fine. Nobody's saying that you can't have a break. Nobody's saying that they can't do all this stuff. Although I don't understand why, I guess, is there a cultural exchange? My understanding is she went there for, I guess is a coronation or something like that in Ghana. But yeah, like you were saying, the city was already having issues. And at that time, you would think you would like try to preempt.
It was already on fire.
Right. So you would kind of go, okay, this is the list, right?
Listen, first of all, everything you can see, I want to talk about some things Sir Glenn is saying, but listen, and I have more to say about this mayor, but look, everybody at the picture Fletcher has pulled up for us. Look at this picture. Does this not tell you everything? They are two peas in a pod. Look at this picture. Hand on hip, almost as if they were doing a photo op themselves right now. The glasses, which I bet neither of them needs. The kind of like, I'm part of the FBI kind of issued jacket. Right. But of course, branding on Newsom, they look concerned with the smirk on the face, and it's coordinated, right? He has his left arm up. She has her right arm up. So it looks like mirror images in the photo. She's smirking to the right. He's smirking to the left. They got the collars. What in the world are we? You know what? I guess in LA, you got Hollywood politicians too. So everyone went Hollywood. This looks like does this not look like your DVD cover for some like outtake for for some TV movie pilot?
Right.
Yeah, TV show. Does that not look like that? And the guy in the middle, right. That's good. Really I can already write the characters. These are characters. Lester Glenn, you put your left smirk in, you take your left smirk out, you put your left smirk
in. You put your hands in your pocket and you look at the camera.
And you look at all of
the right angle.
Oh my gosh, my good side. And don't tell me they didn't decide who's on what side based on their right sides. Don't tell me that. Perfectly coiffed. You know what I mean? Oh my word. Yeah. Let me tell you something right now too. That t-shirt, that shirt hanging, the Oxford shirt hanging out, just that trust and believe that was also by design. Okay, trust and believe. That's like, look at me, I've been up all night. I can't even tuck in my shirt. No. This is all these people. These are the most fakety fake people. And listen, Mayor Bass, okay, I got her mixed up with the fire chief. We're going to come back to some of Sir Glenn's comments here. One of them, we can take right now, is more important for you to be viewed favorably in Ghana than to take care of your city. That is true. She had to look good and not leave right away because she only came back yesterday. The fire has been raging for days. And you
Yeah.
know what? I just happen to know, Fletcher, having been to Ghana, West Africa myself, that there are direct flights between Ghana and Los Angeles.
Oh yes, there is direct flights from Ghana to Los Angeles, but
There's
not
no
if you're.
reason she couldn't be, her behind couldn't have been. And by the way, I think she ended up using a military plane, so costing people even more money. She could have been, the minute she heard, of course, she shouldn't have left because already the fire was kicking up when she got on that plane. But when she heard it got out of control, she should have been back within, I mean, fast, ex post haste, as they say, and been back on a flight. That's what you do. That's your town. But listen, check this out, you all. My understanding is that Mayor Karen Bass slashed the fire department's budget last year while prioritizing spending on the city's interminable homeless population, which never goes away. It only gets worse. My understanding is that for the 2023 to 2024 fiscal year, Los Angeles budgeted $837 million for the Los Angeles Fire Department, which was roughly 65% the size of the homeless budget of $1.3 billion.
It's just crazy.
And half the budget for the homelessness went unspent. And let me tell you, I'm sure all of it went to absolutely no good purpose. Because as we have discussed before, I think on this channel and others have pointed out, the homeless problem is very complex to fix. And it's not just about throwing money at it. It's a very complex problem because the kinds of people who end up homeless are not always just your poor people, poor regular people. That is a very tiny number. It's a lot of people who are strung out on drugs, who have complex mental health issues and other problems. And that's not a problem you can just throw money at to fix. It's going to take a lot of issues and addressing. But okay, some of these comments are just awesome. Sergeant Vinziger says, sure looks like it. Thank you. I feel vindicated. This looks like a new show. It's going to start in February. Please tune in to LA Fire, starring Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom. And of course, always one black gentleman in the movie, in the buddy movie. Newsom smirk, be all end all. Yes. It's like he's governing by smirk. They both are. That's how you govern. If you remember as children, did you ever read this book, Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll? Sometimes known as Alice in Wonderland, is one of my favorites. When I was a kid, I read it all the time. And there was a Cheshire cat. If anyone remembers, please tell us in the comments. And he was known with a big smile, like a smile of a Cheshire cat. He couldn't be trusted. And at one point, he disappears, and all that's left is a smile. Also, as Lady Jim points out, the irony here is her name is Karen. Yes, we all know the name Karen.
Yeah, it's just you can't really get away from that, and it's you're almost starting to feel sorry for women that are named Karen, and then stuff like this happens.
Used. To be honest with you, a lot of Karens are like that, like literally those named that as well. Now, to be fair to Mayor Bass, apparently she did propose, well, not to be fair, actually to be not fair, worse to her, she proposed a larger budget cut to the Los Angeles Fire Department. She could propose to cut about $23 million, but it wasn't adopted. So, apparently Fox News did reach out, Fox Business, to her office for comment on the reasoning behind the budget cuts, but has not heard back. I don't think they will hear back.
Yeah, because my heart is that they spend like $50 million or something on like diversity and inclusion stuff and different, kind of
things that hey,
yeah,
it's hard. I'm trying not to.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
Listen, Fletcher and I are not on the same political spectrum completely. I don't think there's no value in those programs. I think there is very little value in those programs vis-a-vis safety and security of your state and your city. You got to keep the fire department going. Don't make budget cuts to that. Not for homelessness, not for DEI, not for anything else. That's basic management. You got to take care of what's important first. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that other things that are not, you know, immediately relatable are important. You know, just as in a family, sometimes you budget to go to Disney World when, you know, you say, let me just put the college spending off, you know, let's have fun. It happens, but you gotta keep your eye on the prize, okay? And that doesn't seem to have happened here. As Sergeant Visinger says, yep, let's not forget they spent it on coke, super expensive hobbies that are more expensive than gunplay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and gunplay, it's very expensive. I
It's
they
true.
You won't let me have the
I mean,
giant
I don't listen.
robot.
Just I don't listen. We're not gonna. We don't want to inadvertently say anything defamatory. I don't know if they purchase illicit, mind-altering materials. Um, or super expensive hobbies, but it doesn't seem that I wouldn't find that hard to believe. And it doesn't seem anyway that they're doing anything that's really super useful for their states. This seems to be like this here picture tells you everything you want to know about what's happening. First of all, one thing I know that from the time I was a little kid, I wasn't permitted as a child to put my hand on my hip like that, because it looks like a little bit like, what are you doing? You're posing. If you can
Right,
pose, you can get to work. Pick up your toys.
right,
Go make your bed. What are you
right.
doing? Are you posing? That's for somebody who's finished their work. So here
Yeah,
you are in the scene of something going on, and you have your hand like, you know, poised like that. It's just perfect. Like these two chicken wings. It's just crazy. Yeah,
no, and
municipalities are really
not
important to running a city, as Lady Jen says, and you've got
all
to,
completely. Yeah,
yeah, they really are. You've got to,
you
yeah.
got to. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.